You are afraid of incumbents more than you have to be, and that's how you lose $40 or $50 million. Yes, it's true. The incumbents have always an advantage. They have a head start. They're doing the work. But remember, they can be doing a good job or a bad job. The fact that they are doing the work doesn't mean they're doing a great job, even if they have been doing the work for some time in more than one iteration. If you don't do the work that you need to do in capture to reach the level of knowledge that the incumbent has, then is when you have to be afraid of the incumbent. If you don't do capture, yes, you have to be afraid of incumbents, but if you do capture, then you shouldn't be afraid of incumbents. I have a customer that was working on an opportunity. We were supporting them with capture. We have knowledge of the customer. We have incumbent personnel interviews. We knew exactly what was going on with the contract. We were very, very, very strong. We had relationships with partners that were at the office. The customer was not at the office, but it has a team with relationships and knowledge at the office of the requirement. And for a problem with a vehicle, our customer was not going to be able to prime anymore. So after around 10 or 12 months of capture, we have this bad news that we couldn't prime it. So we started looking for a prime, and our customer was going to be a sub, of course. And we need a vehicle. We call a few people with that had that vehicle, and some of them, even though we were telling them all the capture we had, they didn't quote unquote believe us, and they didn't accept the opportunity to prime. I would have thought that if somebody called me and they tell me that they have capture and I have to prime, I would have feel very lucky and I would accept it. But at least in one occasion, one company that I called, they told me that they believe that it would have been a waste of time. They have a lot of opportunities in their pipeline, and that it would have been a waste of time because they had a very strong incumbent. The incumbent of the contract was very strong in their understanding, which we wasn't understanding as well, except that we through capture, we felt that we were at the same level at the incumbent, or even better maybe. So they didn't accept the invitation to prime, although we would have written the proposal as well. But that is how the fear of the incumbent can be a little bit overstated and larger than it should be. In the end, the prime that we selected and they agreed to prime won the work, and my customer won subcontract work. But I think it was interesting that that company that rejected the opportunity to prime because of fear of the incumbent and the idea that the incumbent was so strong, they really lost $40 or $50 million for that reason.